Hello and welcome to episode number 13 of MythCast. I am your host, Clan Mythology's vocal terrorist, Jesse Voctor Rain, and we're here today with what I hope is a very sane, very normal Protoss versus Zerg. So, introducing first, we have our player on loan to us from UCAP Esports for the duration of the Dutch StarCraft League Team League. His name is JayPower, and he'll be going up against a man considered one of our best players. Although, to be honest, I could say that about pretty much everyone on the team right now. They're just so good. Nonetheless, he's our Green Zerg today. His name is Daz. So, of course, today, as this goes live, both these players will be out in Holland, hopefully. I know JayPower will be there, but I'm hoping Daz will also be there. As far as I'm aware, he is. Oh, Odin once again manages to find a way to troll me while recording this. God, I love that man. Seriously, this is why I stick around. I just have a lot of fun. These probes look awful fast. I'm just scared. I'm scared that he's messing around with me. I'm gonna be honest. But it does look like everyone at this point is going to be playing normally, is playing standardly, and this would make sense considering their training. But yes, they should be, right now, these players should be out in Den Haag, getting ready for the Dutch StarCraft League. In fact, probably by the time this is uploaded, they will be in the middle of their first game, which starts, of course, at 10 AM Central European time. Which is, of course, 9 AM for us poor Brits. Nothing will ever look safe to me again on Star Station. Since those last two FFAs, I don't trust a thing, especially when Odin sends me it. But, coming up, starting from tomorrow, that will be Sunday, if you're watching this at well, you know, maybe you're out watching the Dutch StarCraft League, so you're not watching this as it goes up. Maybe you're watching this the next day when you get home. But this will be going up on the Saturday, which means starting from Sunday, we will actually have, I believe, 3 replays from JayPower. So that will take us through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is pretty much nearly a solid week of uploads, which has been great. These links do seem to be moving at a fairly normal speed, so at the moment, I'm pretty happy with this. Looks like we are on the real Star Station, which would be nice. And this is a good wall-off from JayPower. Interesting to note that right now, there's only the one pylon here. He did pylon and forge in his main, and he will be using the one pylon here for gate and core. So it still leaves a fairly large gap, but this cannon's nicely protected now, and it will allow him to build an extra building here if he chooses to wall it off a bit more. 2 links should not be enough to get in around there. So I like it from JayPower. Solid walls after I criticised Fate for his own wall off, which was fair enough. And then, of course, proceeded to mess up my own wall off during the Jesse Goes Grandmaster show, which, of course, if you want to watch, you need to be tuning in every Tuesday to twitch.tv/MythOdin, where I stream a variety of shows every Tuesday at 8 PM Central European time. That's 7 PM at British summertime. And we do just standard Myth TV, where we take a look at the Mythology players. We do Jesse Goes Grandmaster, where Zeno teaches me how to be a good player, and I ignore all of his fantastic advice. And we do a look at UK Esports, which I need to get on organising for next week. Because sometimes I'm just, you know, bad at my job. But it'll be good to look at, because we've got some stuff coming up that I'm working on with certain wonderful person within UK Esports called Techa. Anyway, with all that talking done, we're actually going to start to see a few things happen in this game. And the first of those is, of course, that Phoenixes are being chrono boosted out of JayPower's Stargate. And he's adding currently 3 gates behind this, so going up to 4 gates. Off 2 bases and with a Stargate, not unstandard. So, fine to see that, you know, he's not doing the Xeno style of Protoss, whereby you just go all in as quickly as possible and then just hope you win. But a wise scout by Daz means he does see these Phoenixes coming out, which will give him ample time, as we see, to prepare at home with Spore Crawlers. Yep, he will have 1 in each mineral line, already moving his Overlords, look at this, over those Spore Crawlers. Fantastic moves there. Forces JayPower to get out on the map with only 2 Phoenixes, hoping he can pick something off, and the 3rd Phoenix will come and join it now. But it's not going to be enough. It's going to be very, very hard for JayPower now to do something. That was a very, very good response to Daz from the information he scouted. He will get a couple of kills here, just right on the very edge. But look, it's the 2nd Spore being made. The Queen getting out there, just forcing these Phoenixes away as best he can. So a few kills happening so far. Up to 5 kills with the Phoenixes. Not that bad. We'll get a few more here at the gas if he's careful. But not much energy left. So waiting for the 4th Phoenix. That will allow them to be faster with it. And faster kills are safer, as everyone knows. So here we see 1 drone goes down again. Some Lings just running about doing nothing. Killing these bricks, always a good idea to kill bricks at any point in the game. Just whenever you can, just kill bricks. Even if, you know, you're supposed to be fighting your opponent's army, just kill bricks. And I like this from JayPower. JayPower is, of course, just using this to harass while he throws down his 3rd. So all it is, forcing his opponent to stay at home to try and build defences against these Phoenixes, while he expands at home with a fair amount of sentries as well. So should be perfectly fine in the future, and at this point has so far not lost a single Phoenix. As far as I'm aware, I think he's only made 5 throughout this game, and 5 is all he needs. Hydra Den is up, so once Hydras are out, these Phoenixes are going to become a little less effective, but they are still managing these drone kills, so I like that. JayPower doing everything he can with the forces he has at this point, as, of course, he continues to build up at home. We've got a Warp Prism on the way, we've got Twilight Council and Robotics Bay at home, so able to mass tech. A fair amount of Chrono Boost left, so we'll be able to use that on whatever he wishes. As we can see, it's going to be on the Warp Prism and then really the Colossus. So now with Hydras out, these Phoenixes are going to have to get out. They do go past that Spore! Oh, and they even stop. Oh, that's terrible. Only 3 Phoenixes remain. 1 with 1 HP does just about get away, but now it looks like Daz wants to do a big push out towards this 3rd himself. And that's a lot of Speedlings. And there's only Hydras behind it, of course, no Roaches. So with good defense, he should be able to deal with this. JayPower should be able to stop him. Daz will not be able to get through here, not anytime quickly. And we even have a sentry warping in back there, just to make sure of that. So Daz going to be has to be careful how he engages here. Oh man, there was actually an open gap there. That Zealot was not on hold position. That sentry will get caught, and now the Speedlings will get in. But the Hydras are going to have to be careful because there are Colossus coming out. 1 is already out, and a bad rally point there means he loses a Hydra and a couple of Speedlings. And a fair few probes going down there. So if we see, well, it's only 3. So when I said a fair few, I actually lied. Not doing so great for Daz. JayPower's Warp Prism is forced back by the Queen as well, and his Speedlings and Hydras will come home to help defend. So, well, a stalemate at the moment. JayPower definitely set up in a good position, but Daz's 4th base going up now. +1 flyer attack on the way. 8 Mutalisks on the way, so heading into Mutatech, which a lot of Protoss players do not like to deal with. And honestly, there's not a great deal of anti-air about. There's Colossus, there's a lot of Zealots, there's a lot of Sentries, none of which are particularly effective against Mutas. So we can see there are only 2 Stalkers and 3 Phoenixes at this point. So that is not the best of things. Now, has this observer seen it? I cannot tell a lie. But now the Mutas have definitely been spotted. Oh my god, if they get to pick off those 2 Colossus for free! And it looks like they might. The Sentry's now starting to be a pain. More Stalkers coming out to meet the Mutas. Man, that is not what you want your mutas directly over Stalkers. That was scary. A few more mutas there, he'd have been able to just straight up beast those Colossus. These Phoenixes forgotten about by JayPower. All three of them go down, making these mutas even more effective in the future. And we do have more Zealots on the way for JayPower. So JayPower not worried about these mutas, despite the fact that he only has 6 Stalkers with this army. We are, of course, seeing mass cannoning go up at home for JayPower. So he's worried about them back there. Once +1 finishes, these mutas, though, are going to get very, very scary when fighting up against this army. They'll be able to take down these Colossus quite quickly. And I don't think 6 Stalkers is enough to really chase them off in any reasonable time. And that +1, it's 8 seconds away. Now at this point it's going to try and pull the army out of position, which the mutas can actually do quite effectively. Guarding Shield is good, but these Speedlings going for this front door. Will there be enough time for the sentries to finish? Good block out with the Zealot there. Very, very good play by Daz. But mutas in the main base, a lot of these cannons are out of range or not done yet. The photon overcharge is up. The mutas want to get out of there. They either want to get out of there or kill the Nexus, but getting out of there is just a much better idea. You can still go for this third. The Mothership Core does have enough, however, for a second photon overcharge, so he has to be careful. And JayPower's doing a big, strong push out now, so the mutas might want to get home and defend. There are not many static defences up. It's pretty much all Spore Crawlers. Finally, that Observer does get picked off, but he is going to want to move these Spine Crawlers over. As it is, though, JayPower just regrouping and pulling back to his base. Or at least to the watchtower. Oh man, needs to be careful. The mutas getting shots off. The mutas, remember, are at +1. +2 is on the way for them. +2 not quite finished for JayPower yet. And he's going to start to lose Colossus at a very fast rate. The mutas are going to take them down here. As we see 2 go down, the third is about to fall. Third goes down, and now there's nothing but Stalkers and Zealots to defend this. That's a lot of mutas. Hydra's coming in to reinforce as well. And I don't know if JayPower has enough to hold this push off now. We've got a few Archons morphing because Storm will not be done in time. Now, there are no more Speedlings with this army, which means he doesn't really want to go and hit that front. But there's more than enough mutas to take down these cannons. Still wants to be wary of the photon overcharge, however. But really, Daz just needs to get some reinforcements down here. He has the money, and here they come, streaming across the map. Speedlings and mutas, oh my. JayPower being a boss, trying to take a 4th base when he's under pressure like this. And now we're going to see an attempted focus down of the Nexus. As soon as that's gone, that's a large force, static defense gone for JayPower. That Nexus is gone. Now wants to try and fight this army, but there's Archons in here as well. Has to be careful. The Colossus dealing very, very well with the Hydra and Speedling army. And now these mutas kind of fighting about. They do get a kill on the Mothership Core. And there's a lot of cannons about though. Nice use though. Using the mutas to snipe this tech out. No more Templar Archives. No more High Templar. No more Archons. And now just going to start to kill Pylons. Attempt to, well, not so much supply block his opponent as just depower his gateways. This is not a large army, but it's still pretty scary. You've got some nice tech in here. You've got 1 Colossus. You've got 2 Archons. Not engaging particularly well here though. You can actually use the Colossus to clear out these Spine Crawlers with no worry in between. Now the mutas are going to continue to dominate back in JayPower's main base. But like I said, this is still a scary attack. All Daz really has to do though is clean up this army. If he does that, he very much has a grip on this game. He just has to be careful not to let this army clear him out at home. And we can see Daz just, well, picking off Nexuses left, right and centre at this point. And it's still a decent force of mutas. Some of them are hurt. And as we can see, drones already moving away. JayPower decides, I do not have enough to defeat this wall of Spine Crawlers. GG's. And Daz, the winner there, over the Grandmaster from UCAP Esports, representing Clan Mythology in the DSCL Team League, JayPower. Great game from the two of them, though. It was nice to see only a little bit of trolling of me by Odin. And that is it for today. Hopefully everything is going well over at the Dutch StarCraft League, and I will be spending tonight celebrating our victory with POW Super Energy Drink, sponsored by GameShop. Have a great day, guys. See you all tomorrow.